Hi, my name is Brian Jones. I'm the president of the CPA, the Construction Plant Hire Association, which has been established in the UK for over 80 years. We're delighted to support the European Rental Association Rental Week, which is known in the UK as Plant Hire Week. In this next video that follows, we hear from Jeremy Fish, Chief Executive of Ardent Hire Solutions, which is one of the CPA's members and also a member of the ERA. Jeremy tells us all about the second pillar of Plant Hire Week, which is Plant Rental Solutions. Jeremy talks about some of the company's best innovations within the Ardent Hire Solutions.
Hello, I'm Jeremy Fish and I'm Chief Executive of Ardent Hire Solutions. We're filming here today at our flagship Bedford depot in support of Plant Hire Week. And in a few moments we're going to be talking about rental solutions and then I'll show you some of our innovations. So Ardent Hire have been on a digital journey for a number of years now, and the whole essence of what we're trying to do for our customers is to help them use their hard equipment more productively. We're trying to help them reduce their operating costs, and we're trying to help them use their equipment more safely. And everything we've done in the last few years has been designed around those mantras. I'm just going to show you a few innovations that have come along in the last couple of years that we're now embedding in our business. This first one is a Manitou roto. It's a 30-meter roto, and this device here is called a media plate. And actually increasingly we're putting these out on film sets, and they're holding up green screens and other items to help with the filming of blockbusters or with Netflix series or Amazon Prime. And that's great because the equipment goes out on hire for weeks at a time. It gets parked up and they elevate the boom, and it doesn't do anything else for the duration of the hire. So we love those type of hires. On our telehandlers, our telehandlers are amongst the highest specified in the industry. Increasingly though, we're using data to help customers manage the hire of these more effectively. So we're collecting 18 telematics data points. We feed that into a data lake along with data feeds from some of our other systems, and then we notify customers where there's potentially a health and safety issue, or where there's an issue that might affect the machine that could result in downtime. So for example, water in the fuel would be a good example of that. You get water in the fuel, and if that goes into the engine it can cause quite a lot of damage. So giving customers these heads up, these advanced notifications that something is amiss, actually saves them time, saves them money, and it helps them be more productive. One of the early ones was actually seat belts. And there was a common practice, people just weren't wearing seat belts in their telehandlers. And if you look at various reports, they'll tell you that actually the most common causes of death, fatalities, are because people are not wearing a seat belt and they try and jump clear of the telehandler as it topples over, or they get reversed into. So the industry's had this real focus on getting drivers to wear seat belts, and this is where telematics can help, and this is where Ardent has excelled in the last few years. A more recent innovation is actually proximity cameras, human recognition form. This is a telehandler. We've got cameras fitted around the telehandler here and at the back and the side. And what the proximity cameras do, they create a zone around the telehandler. In this case, actually, we create two zones, an inner zone and an outer zone, and they differentiate between animate and inanimate objects, and anyone walking into that zone triggers off an alert in the cab, which is a visual alert, and then an audio alert saying that there's a pedestrian nearby. And then once they're into that inner zone, we then record that and we send that to a server. We then actually apply our own filtering. We've got a module called Ardent Eye, which is an AI tool that actually filters out false alerts. So for example, a false alert might be where somebody is moving in the path of a telehandler that's moving away from them, or where somebody's on the other side of a pedestrian barrier. Those would be false alerts, so we filter those out, and then we make those videos and alerts available to customers so they can see near misses, and they can feed that back to their operators as part of training and improving safety. And then lastly, we've got something called Fuel It. Now in the UK, when red diesel was withdrawn, many customers were facing an almost doubling of their fuel costs overnight. And everywhere now on construction sites we're using white diesel. It's a lot more expensive, but what that also means is that it is actually prone to misuse. And a lot of our customers were worried that fuel was unaccounted for, fuel was being misappropriated. So we've developed a product called Fuel It. And Fuel It is it's a system, it's a fuel management system that allows you to account for every drop of fuel. And let me show you and give you a quick demonstration. So this is the Fuel It system. And inside we've got a computer panel. And the computer panel was designed and manufactured by Ardent. Let's just get that door open. And to activate it, you have to have a fob, and the fob is programmable over the internet. All you do is you put the fob onto the machine, you key in the machine serial number, in this case it's 06MC0025, you press OK. I put the hours of the machine in, which in this case is 1475, click OK, and now I can fill up the machine. I've got an 8-metre hose here, so it'll stretch everywhere. I won't fill it up for the purpose of this demonstration. And after you've filled up your machine, that transaction then automatically uploads to the internet. It's available through a portal, and you can see how much fuel has been dispersed, at what time, by whom, which machine it's gone into, and the hours of that machine. And since we've installed Fuel It with over 60 customers now, we are seeing huge fuel savings and huge benefits, as well as customers' ability to much more accurately report their emissions. One of the main advantages of Fuel It, in addition to the accountability, is that it's almost anti-theft proof. You can't leave the top off the tank because it's difficult to get to. Similarly, if you try and tamper with the system, it will then send all sorts of alerts to whoever you want to notify them that there's a potential issue. So what we've seen with Fuel It as well is a much lower frequency of fuel theft. So that's Fuel It for you. So that ends our session on rental solutions. Thank you for your time, and I hope that was of interest.